We met when you used to be a VP at DIFC.
Yes, correct.
And you were very hands-on.
On the point is it, a CEO has to be involved, knowledgeable, understanding, a good listener.
But does it also mean being sometimes wrong?
You cannot win unless you play. And when you play, there is winning and losing.
I remember I was eating at one of the restaurants with my friend, and he said, "Michael, behind you is His Highness Sheikh Mohammed." And I said, "Come on, stop making so jokes." And I was just like, continue talking. He said, "No, really?" I said, "Okay, come, whatever. I'm not turning around, I know." And then later I had to go to the washroom. I turned around, I accidentally hit my chair against His Highness. It was quite interesting. So it's really also being close. Welcome to the CEO DNA podcast. Here it's all about, giving knowledge to CEOs, entrepreneurs and founders. And sometimes it's those little things that make big difference when it comes to knowledge, but also innovation. And talking about innovation, we have a very proud Emirati here today, who is one of the innovation leader when it comes to different businesses. Today he's an investor, but also he runs businesses himself, especially in the era of new technology when we talk about AI, but a lot more. And I'm excited to talk about it. He also has an interesting past. At one point he was also the VP at DIFC, the finance center here in Dubai. And super excited to talk now today with the founder and also the CEO of MKHA Global Investment. Welcome, Mr. Mohammed Khalifa.
Thank you for having me.
So what is for you a good CEO? What are the capabilities of a good CEO?
Well, being a CEO, it's a very hard task and you have to be multi-talented, and the most important, to be a leader instead of being a manager. A person who can develop himself has to have a vast knowledge of different sectors, from laws to finance to technology to market intelligence, the headings, even the global political understanding of different countries, partnerships that the countries are doing together in order to grasp the opportunities that are arising to the businesses that is coming. But being a successful CEO is being a good listener.
Okay, interesting. We both know each other for quite a while. We were laughing
absolutely.
Before the recording, how long this is already. And I noticed, we met when you used to be a VP at DIFC.
Yes, correct.
And you were very hands-on. So I was very impressed by meeting you, because I met somebody who was really hands-on. I said, look, we wanted to start a company, and you said, look, let me help you, and gave us guidance on that. So is a good CEO, also hands-on when needed?
Absolutely. This is what I mean with it. You're on the point, is it? A CEO has to be involved, knowledgeable, understanding, a good listener, which is one of the most important, because once you listen and you understand the obstacles, this is where your brain needs to work to find solutions and structure it in a way that meets the requirements of the evolving today's market, with the new laws, with the new changes, the demographics of the business, the conversion of the old school type of businesses to the new school businesses. That if we take a look at Dubai, how it's evolving in the past 55 years, from a desert to a super high technology automated city. This is where you can understand how the businesses could be run and how you can have a successful business among all of this competition that you've got in the market. Knowledge is one of the most important things, being able and open to developing yourself on the changes that are coming. Therefore, you could structure a business that meets the new laws, the changes, the political movements of different demographics. If we take a look, let's say 20 years ago, in the banking sector, it wasn't that difficult 20 years ago to open a bank account. Mm-hmm. Today, you need a truckload of documents and compliance in order to meet the requirements of a simple personal account that you can nevertheless to be a business-oriented bank account. If today you are running a business, in one jurisdiction, your activities are accepted, but in another jurisdiction, it could be a breaking law. Therefore, you need to structure it in a manner that you have a unified business model that works for most of the jurisdictions. And today's business, it's not a, how can I say, a city business. It's a global business.
Yeah. So it's really like a balance act between having the bird eye or the helicopter view sometimes, how to structure it and so on, but sometimes also to go really deep to understand the product market fit of different solutions and to see does it really work or not. Yeah.
Yes, you need to be involved in the business and you be hands-on everything that is going on.
Right.
Instead of being reliable of people, like a manager getting reports, you should be the person having the knowledge of everything. So when the report comes to you, you will know where the lacks of the operational requirement in order to develop, modify it to meet the requirements of the global headings or the business growth.
Yeah. How was it for you living in Dubai as a UAE national and started your kindergarten here, your school, your college, and seeing this country, this city, Dubai, rising so exponential when it comes to growing? Because I know you also travel a lot, you see also other countries, and you see sometimes that the development there is not as fast as it is here, and also the adoption of new technology. How do you see that?
Well, I'm very fortunate man or a person to be part of a land called United Arab Emirates and being born over here. I have seen the country growing from the past to what is it today in the present. I'm greatly fortunate to be in a community which is a multicultural, multilingual, and multi-religious, where all are living in a harmony. This gives a lot of tolerance, behavior, and removes a lot of negative bias from a person. When you have these two things in you, it makes you like a sponge. You can absorb a lot of experiences from other cultures, other countries. And being part of United Arab Emirates and how my country is growing and how we are respected in the world community, I have been fortunate also to be able to travel, compare other communities, other countries, other experiences, other businesses from other jurisdictions. At the same time, also to educate myself on the other experiences of other countries where I can benefit from different experiences to build a successful business.
Yeah. What can we entrepreneurs, CEO, founders learn from implementing this innovation? And I'll give you an example. 18 years ago, when I came to this wonderful country, I was going to register my car, and it took me almost a day. Then I had to have this paper, and I forgot the insurance, and it was like quite complex. And I did it a couple of weeks ago with an app and just with one push of a button. So this grow, or let's talk about airports here, right?
Yeah, well, see, in United Arab Emirates, we are fortunate to have a leadership that is a part of a community that looks at a country that must be the most developed, the most advanced, the most comfortable. If we go back to like few weeks back, where His Highness Mohammed bin Rashid, he has announced that we are looking for a zero bureaucracy process in our administrative services from the government to the people of United Arab Emirates and its residents. So this gives you a clearer vision where the government wants the companies, the businesses to grow toward to. As they are the leaders, they are emphasizing these kind of technologies, these kind of growth developments that's coming. It attracts, it makes the life easier. So we as humans, we are looking for simplicity. We are looking for faster. Behind our mind, there is a click that how fast can I reach wherever I want to go. So everything in life is like that. So if Dubai or UAE has become that. Make life faster, easier, simpler, less complication, less paperwork. So right now we have got the government. We are paperless government. We've got Mohammed, I love this actually from our president, Mohammed bin Rashid. He said, I will give all the leaders of Dubai 3 years. Either you become automated or we will hold your goodbye party. And this is what he did, His Highness.
Oh, wow.
He pushed all of the leaders of different departments in Dubai to become digitalized. And we, as the community, are feeling it, we are living it. And as you have just said right now,
Yes.
a simple registration of a car
Yes.
has become like a 10-minute task for you, even the
Absolutely.
renewal of it.
Yeah. And then also getting the insurance. Again, I
Yeah.
remember I had then to print it out. I had to go to a print shop because I couldn't print out the insurance at this time. And now, 18 years
Everything is
later,
online.
I didn't even have the paper in my hand at all.
Everything
It
is
was
digitalized,
directly
is
online.
centralized,
Yeah.
everything is done. Like, for example, one of the negativities of the digital world,
Yes.
if I might describe it, the digital world, is the fraud,
Mhm.
misrepresentations. If yesterday we see what Emirates Airline have announced that they will stop all of their digital marketing
Right.
because of the abundance of misrepresentations and the frauds who are impersonating Emirates Airline, an icon in the world. So we have the UAE Pass example. Like, you want to verify a document, you want to enter a website, you want to do a payment, you want to do that one. Even if accessing your own personal documents, government documents. With a UAE Pass, you do the verification, no more OTP. By 27th of this month, the banks will drop all of the OTP verifications. So that means if the government has started something, when did UAE Pass start? More than 2 years now, 3 years now. But the banks have followed right now, and the banks are the most difficult sector to change their process.
Right.
And
I think that's a very important part. Let me just explain. So there's something called the UAE Pass, what is basically an authentication app where one time you log in and you can basically, once you register, does a face scan, you can log into all governmental and also partly non-governmental bank institutional websites. And that's nice. You don't need to always remember each one for a new password. And we always forget the password, right?
Yes.
Amazing. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, and with that one, even the face biometrics recognition, this is something which you cannot duplicate.
True.
So nobody can impersonate you. No. This is what we have seen it from the leaders of United Arab Emirates.
So strong leaders, and most listeners are leaders, they're CEOs,
Absolutely.
The founders of the company. So you need to be the example. Then what I also realized, be close to your customers, basically. So I remember every time I go now to any governmental institutions, they say, how did we serve you today? Or like, you can make a smiley, or you can show that. And I think this is also live feedback, and also have then, because a while ago, many years back, I went to DEWA and it took quite long. And then I heard later along the DEWA management has been exchanged at this point. So also to take action, of course, to optimize things.
See, listening to your customers who are the success of your business is the most important thing. Customer satisfaction today, if we take a look at the practices, the trainings and everything, we have customer service training, customer satisfaction. And if we take a look in Dubai governmental bodies, when you visit them, it doesn't say customer service. It says customer happiness center.
True. So true.
So these are all of indications that you need to look at. Why?
Yeah.
The name being changed to that one. So many hundreds of years we have gone with that way, and suddenly we have gone to that one. Today, the competition is first. We see a lot of businesses are similar who are taking customers from each other. But the successful business is where you listen to your customers. What are they looking? Where are their comforts? What are their how can I say, negative experiences? Even if it was a fractional percentage of the 100% experience that they had, that will make you a better thing. Today, if we take a look at the automotive industry, agencies, you take your car for a service, same day or next day you receive an email, how was your service? Could you please tell us about our service advisor? Could you tell us, was it fixed on the first time? Did we listen to you? So they're practically asking you, did we listen to you as what you needed from us or not?
Yeah.
So this is where a successful CEO can create an atmosphere in his organization where customer comes first and listens to the customer, develops it to the needs of that customer.
Yeah, so true. And here I think it's even, again, taking it to the entire governmental departments, even when you come at the border. I saw that also can say, how did you like us today, our service today, or happiness today? And you can choose. I think it's quite impressive. But also to adopt new innovation? Let's talk also maybe about the airport. When I'm, and I love Germany, I'm also a proud German, but when I'm arriving in Germany, my luggage is not so fast at the belt as it is here, for example, in Dubai, and it's not so seamless when I go through. For example, here, when I flew last week, I didn't even need my passport anymore. So you just walk through
the
have
tunnel.
cameras, biometrics is scanning, and you have a green light, and so I didn't even stop, right? Coming back and now arriving actually in Germany, it took me already quite a while to just be able to show my passport. So why is this exponential growth? Because I mean, also the Western countries like Germany, but also in the US, I landed in LA some months back and it was not better. So why could they not adopt it?
Well, we will always see the fight between the old school
Yes.
and the new generation.
Mm-hmm.
The old generation is difficult. They say, why fix something which is working? The new generation say, why not make it better than it was? If we take a look at German engineering, you being as a German, you must be a proud person. And we take the whole world looks at Germany, and the first thing they say, high engineering, quality engineering, perfection engineering.
Exactly.
Yeah, everybody's talking about that quality. But today, if we take a look, because of the pressures of different political standards and everything that's going on over there, the acceptance, the community has not been able to bring on leaders who can accept the ideas and understandings of the new generation. Our founding father, Sheikh Zayed, said it the best. There is no treasure more expensive than the blood of the youth. The youth are the true treasures of each country. In United Arab Emirates, we take a look at it. The opportunities are given to the youth. We have two huge programs for the SME. Sheikh Khalifa SME program and Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid SME program, Abu Dhabi and Dubai. What do? They give funding for the youth over here to explore their ideas, to bring those projects new. Today, if we take a look at our fathers and ourselves, the cars that they used to drive and the cars that we are driving, at their time, it was perfect, great. But does it meet the requirements of today? No. And the technologies, the roads that they changed? No. You need to evolve. You need to get better things. You need to bring more technologies. You have something. But what about tomorrow? Are you prepared for tomorrow or not? If we take a look at in the medical sector, 400 years ago, epilepsy was considered as a demon. But today, because of the medicine advanced studies and all the doctors, what they have done, they know that this is a disease and there is a cure for it. Yes. And they have found the reasons for it. And it's a simple thing. You need to evolve. You need to invest in the young generation. No matter how strong we, the old school generations, are, we were good for our own times. But the new generation, if we take a look at our own children, if I take a look at my own daughter, my daughter's still in the university. She's on the third year right now. She's studying entrepreneurship. She doesn't stop amazing me. Me as a successful businessman, a conglomerate business owner in different things. She comes to my company, she takes a look at something or a project or something, and then she says, Daddy, what about this idea? What do you think about this? And when I look at it, and I with an open mind, and I think, yes, it's a better thing. Okay, my experience is good, but she's teaching me new lessons.
Right.
And this is where we need to invest and we need to adapt the new generation. And what is the new, how can I say, the trend of the world is the cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Take a look at the demographic of the ages of the people who are involved in this blockchain sector. 70% to 75% are below 30 years. So that means the young people, they're innovating, they're making it better, they're making it stronger, they're making it more secure. Blockchain is used in everything right now. It started with an idea of a cryptocurrency, a decentralized one, but now it became the base of exchange of documents between governments, bodies. So the idea came from young people.
And you have been one of the first ones ever telling me, as a person, that he or she invested in crypto. And secondly, you told me, oh, by the way, I also started a company in blockchain and crypto technology. So you were like really one of the early adopters. Why do you have this feeling for the right technology? How do you get that?
See, for me, I come from a background where my parents, my leaders were always seeking what is new, what is the best thing. One of beautiful videos that I have watched about our late president Sheikh Rashid. He established his office on the creek for the sole purpose to understand the business people who are the blood of this city, the pumping heart of it. What do they need? And his office was the first custom office also. He was sitting upstairs and looking at it. Whose boat is this? Which trader is that? What does he need? This was the beginning, actually. These are the lessons that we are building ourselves on. So he was looking for the needs of those businessmen. He brought the technologies. He brought the other companies from Europe, from other expertise from Egypt, in order to build this area.
Yeah.
Invested in education for them, the emphasis in this country. If you take a look at the number of schools, the variety of schools, the different curriculums that are in this country, it's abundance. The number of universities. For me, it's like, I've been in US, I've studied in US, I've studied in Holland, I've lived in Europe, I've lived in a lot of countries. Even I travel right now in a lot of countries. But for such a small country to have this number of educational student establishments, it's very big. Number two is adaptation of future. This is one of the most important things. You need to be ready for the future. That means be one of the pioneers, be one of the first people who brings the technology.
But does it also mean being sometimes wrong?
You cannot win unless you play. And when you play, there is winning and losing. Right and wrong, you will not know unless you try. If you take a look at the child, how many times the child falls until he learns how to walk.
Right.
We need to make the mistakes. Everybody sees a successful person. Oh, look at him. He's lucky, he's successful. But nobody sees how many times this person has failed to reach that success. In today's world, trial and error is required. If we take a look at Inveda, US company, and artificial chips and everything. Who's more developed, United Arab Emirates in artificial intelligence or US? And US is producing the technology that needs that. Today, we see that there is a race between the unmanned vehicles. We already have the metro. So many years that it has. How many countries you could say that they've got unmanned metros? Abu Dhabi, Dubai have started the unmanned taxis. They're doing the trials. So next year we're going to have them actually, the taxis without the drivers. In the expo, the first experience that we have seen, the Talabat delivering robots that deliver your food.
Yes.
Today we see it in communities like Damak Hills. Too, we see them in other communities also, that robots are delivering your food.
Delivering your food, yes. Flying drones.
Yeah. Flying drones where the Emirates ID or the national ID, where they were the first people, the first organization or establishment that employed the drone delivery of ID cards. If we take a look at, there's so many companies that they are using drones in order to scan buildings, businesses. They're using drones for, the police is using it for regulating the traffics, the maintenance of airports. In all sectors, you can see it. I can go on and on and on how technology is serving. But it all goes back to listening to what the customer needs. The customer purchases an item, but after having the good experience with that item or that service, they're looking for a better item or a service for that one because the expectations has grown. And this is where the success for you comes as a CEO. You need to adapt. You need to involve yourself into the business, understand what the market needs. If we take in GCC, the property market, which is something very big right now.
True.
If we take a look at Dubai market, Qatar market,
True.
NEOM market, Oman has entered right now and very strongly. Like Wajaha, they're coming like over there with the freehold.
Yes. Saudi is also
Saudi, NEOM.
Yeah, NEOM
is huge. The west side of the country is huge. Projects are coming.
But even in UAE, just Ras Al Khaimah now with
Ras Al Khaimah has become a different state than it was 10 years ago.
100%. Yeah.
So we, as how can I say, the people of the country who've been living it, we can see it. We can see how developed Ras Al Khaimah has become, how modern it has become, the hotels, and still you can get the experience between actually the old times and the new times, and you can compare them and you can see how developed has become.
Yeah.
And if people will look at Ras Al Khaimah and say, okay, no, it's far away, there is nothing. But once you go over there, you get the feeling, okay, I'm still back in the same country.
100%.
I'm not out of it.
Even about Dubai, sometimes I take on the creek here a dhow, like old traditional boat, and go up and down the creek. Exactly, good memories for me too. And then you can go on the same day also to the Dubai Mall and see the biggest tower of the world, right?
Well, here is
Burj
another
Khalifa,
thing. Burj Khalifa, you're telling me this. We saw it, I remember this in the late 90s and early 2000s in the movies where the robot, cars that going on over there. Now it has become as a part of most of the building over here. You can see it in DIFC where you just come, leave your car, take your ticket, go. The robot just parks your car, which made it a better parking, less accidents, less cost. We have got in Sheikh Zayed Road so many buildings like that. The court, Dubai courts, even the courts. This is something where I proudly compare our development to other countries. Courts are, how can I say, depressing,
right?
Grooming places. You go there with the nervousness and everything. Dubai courts, first thing that greets you, automated parkings. You walk in a 5-star building. People are over there. If they see somebody who's, how can I say, confused, a court officer or a court employee will come to you, will say, sir, how can I help you? Can I guide you? How does that? The friendliness itself has made the court experience a good experience for those who are going there for their needs. Either they are...
I haven't been at the court here yet, but now you motivate. Normally I just call you and then, but I will go one time there.
No, it's a great experience. Even if you want to have a coffee, I invite you to do that. Yeah. Let's go over there. I'll show you where you can experience. You park your car in an automated parking. You go upstairs, you've got 5-star coffee shops over there. Yeah. And even inside the building, just to understand what services do they provide, what are the applications that they've got, what are the things that they've got. You will be amazed how transparent the courts has become from a traditional biased thinking way of everything is paper, lawyers with big files under their armpits walking, and judges with it.
I won't say negativity, but like
the negativity. I'm
kind
scared.
Of depressive, exactly.
Depressive. Where is my document? Where's my
Wow.
To something that is everything digitalized. Yeah. With a 5-star experience, with smiling people, even the people who are inside the carts, like the customers of this establishment. You can see it on their faces.
Impressive. I was invited to get a golden visa. That's like a 10-year visa in United Arab Emirates. And I was very thankful and I accepted it. And when I went, it was such an interesting experience. Truly, I remember also a picture of myself, welcome Michael, and I could sit in a room with a picture and somebody asked me, and actually a robot came with some water. Robot. I remember...
Asylum centers,
Yes, with some water. So it's really advanced. So again, what can we learn from this? How can we implement in our company? Yes, we know UAE had the first minister for happiness, the first minister for AI, artificial intelligence. So we need to implement also pioneers in our company who have the responsibility and push this topic.
You should have ambassadors in your establishment or your organization who are driven by
Yes.
this kind of mentality, development, new systems, better experience, new markets, new methods, being innovative in the way of showing your product to them. So being innovative starts from a simple sentence. Necessity is the mother of all inventions. It's a simple thing. You need to understand what's the need of the people, of your customers, your target clients,
who
who you're
have
dealing
use
with.
cases. I
Absolutely.
was translated now for me to
Yeah.
really have live use cases like we now have with AI agents and others, that we really look for use case, how we really
Well,
can
I'll
use
give you
it.
an example. One of the technologies that we have developed in our organization is it's a artificial intelligence driven product where companies can install it in their HR,
Nice.
seeking employees of what do they need. So all what you need to do is just upload the KPI. Automatically it goes through the whole what you call platforms,
Yes.
like LinkedIn,
Also social
Naukri.com,
yes.
any of those employment websites and everything. It just goes through that, gets you the CVs and presents it to you that, okay, these are suggested candidates for you. So it makes your job easier. Previously,
Like a digital headhunter, basically. Yeah.
a digital headhunter it becomes.
Yeah.
Previously, you should have either participated in the career fairs, which
Yes.
cost you money, time, the evaluation of the CVs. This artificial intelligence system. So for a person, when it comes to you, he presents a piece of document to you, a paper that's written by him. So how do you know, is this person qualified or not? Actually, this AI analyzes the logicality of how it works to it. And it produces questions for you in order either for you to understand, like, should I ask these questions when I'm interviewing this person? Or should I go ahead with these questions? Or to give you at least a understanding what type of person is in front of you. Is he qualified or not? The evaluation of information. For example, one of the things, the time frame
Yes.
of an employment, the type of the employment of a sector that he says, does it match it or not? So these are the things that it analytics.
Yes.
We have another technology, okay, for cryptocurrency, for example. Today, one of the biggest problems for cryptocurrency is for those who are newcomers or the people who are dealing with it, even if they have got a centralized wallet with exchange. Do you know who you're dealing with a P2P? No, because not everybody is a trader. Not everybody is arbitraging. People are doing a P2P trading. Like, okay, I'll give you my Bitcoin, give me your USDT. I'll give you my Ethereum, give me your Solana. So something like that trading, and we are swapping it, and we do that to do the business. But how do I know this is a clean wallet? Is this a risk wallet? Has it been used in a bad way previously or a good? This is a safe person to work with it. We have got automated things. All what you need to do is just upload your wallet. It will give you the whole history
Amazing.
and tells you how many cryptos are over there. What's the DNA of those cryptos? What is the sectors that this wallet has been used before? So you can do it safer than before, instead of your wallet being blocked by a centralized exchange. So before you receive that, you can that one. Even if you're receiving from an exchange.
Yes.
Without naming them, of course. Let's say one exchange has been sanctioned by the US government. The same people have created another exchange with a different name, with the same technology. But because it's a new one, you will think that this is something else. Our system immediately picks up if it's the same organization or not. So for you, the information, is it sufficient enough for you in the market or not? Are you, how can I say, experienced enough to search that further? Our technology makes it simpler for you. So we have listened to our customers. We have listened to their problems. We've created solutions for them. Today, there are so many people who are job seekers. And there are a lot of companies are looking for employments because of United Arab Emirates has become the land of opportunities for everybody. And it's a home. It's a comfort, a home for everybody, except one negativity, I have to say that. So it's too hot.
In the summer. Yeah.
In the summer. But Thank God we've got the technology to compete with that one. Our cars, our malls, our homes, everything, the ACs everywhere.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
It's a basic availability.
Right. Even the bus stations and metro stations are all, of
everything
course,
air conditions.
Yeah.
So creating that solution for that need. So I'm looking for a job. I'm looking for an employee.
Yes.
I have these qualifications. I have this expertise.
But also using the latest and newest technology to do that. One example is also, I remember when I used to teach at a university here, entrepreneurship, that the government also gives real cases, use cases, and ask young entrepreneurs, hey, can you solve this challenge for us? And then they are also able to fund you, and you are also the first one already having a customer when you have then the MVP or the product out.
Well, this is where we learn the lessons from successful CEOs.
Yeah.
For me, the most successful CEOs are the presidents of this country, because I see how successfully they have turned a desert into a future city. From being a importing country to an exporting country. Today we export ideas, businesses, thoughts, technologies, productions, items from United Arab Emirates, where a lot of things, we can see it from here. I'll give you an example. We used to have a platform called souk.com.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine how big it was. Amazon came over here to, please, I want to enter this market. I cannot, but I'll enter by buying you out.
Yes, correct.
Uber came to this market. Okay, successful. But Karim was more successful.
Sure.
3 friends, they created it over here through a technology, and okay, that was a pioneer. But because Uber couldn't, how can I say, adapt themselves, they got into a lot of trouble around the world.
Yeah.
So the easiest way for them was to continue the businesses, acquiring local businesses.
Right. Yeah. So local businesses really have the chance now here to grow and to shine.
Absolutely. The unicorns. How many unicorns we have from United Arab Emirates? We have a lot of unicorns that has grown
By
up.
now it's really impressive. Yeah, true.
Absolutely. We can see a lot of sandboxes.
Karim, I think, was the first really success story. I remember meeting the founders and telling me how they started here, that they didn't even have enough money really to travel or to eat at one point. They eat normal street food, and now they become such a landmark and unicorn in the region.
Absolutely. No, see, listen, I will go back to listening to the needs of your customers. I can go with endless stories of companies who have become unicorns over here, where either I had a participation in their success because I was part of an organization who provided a fractional or a percentage of needed services for their success, or was fortunate to be friends with the owners who have started those ideas and those kind of things. There are multiple ways of being successful, but the most important thing is being a pioneer in what you you should be different in what you are providing for service to that one. You should not be copy-pasting of what the others are doing.
But let's also learn a little bit from failure. So we had a lot of success cases now, and because you have a deep view of so many different businesses who come here as well, who failed and why did they fail?
Failure comes because you're not insisting enough. You're not stubborn enough. You should believe in yourself. You should believe in your product. But most important thing, you should be practical. Practical meaning not thinking in dreamland, which has no relation with the reality. Dreaming is good. You can dream of something that can make reality better. That will be your success. Failure, a lot of people failed. Yes, but they could make a success out of their own failure.
Mm-hmm.
When I left DIFC for more than 16 months, 17 months, I was struggling. It was very tough. I had to work myself. I had to be traveling a lot, meeting with a lot of companies, meeting a lot of employees. I failed with a lot of employees. I've lost a lot of capital in unsuccessful project, which I managed to turn it out to become a successful project.
Nice. And I really remember you doing this phase as well.
Yeah.
True.
Success is always meaningful when you can build it and learn from your failures.
Yeah.
Failure will come to you, but it doesn't mean that you should stop. You should give up.
Yeah, no, that's so true, and I think that's important for everyone listening to understand that that's a combination. And there are many quotes, but one I like really also from Michael Jordan, the famous basketball player, who says everybody remembers the one when I threw the ball and it exactly went in, but nobody remembers the thousands of time I trained before when the ball didn't reach where it should be. Yeah.
Absolutely. We can also see from a lot of famous people who have become famous, how can I say, strong and successful businesses. Example, late Steve Jobs.
Yes.
Nobody saw how many times he failed with Apple, with Macintosh in his garage. But when the computer came out, Apple Macintosh, people saw that.
True. It's interesting. You worked both at one point in the government or governmental also projects, but also in the private sector. One thing what I learned here for sure that it's really the mindset in the governmental sector is very similar also to the private sector, that you really have to improve permanently and really have a good product market fit and make your customers, and His Highness even calls the people then the customers coming to the to ask for a new idea and so on. I think that's quite interesting. And during that time, you also had the chance very often to meet His Highness Al Maktoum. What can we learn from him, and what did you learn from him?
It's a very difficult question to answer because there are so many things that gets me excited.
Right.
To say a thing. The biggest lesson that I learned from His Highness is never to give up.
Mm-hmm.
Never to be held down by negativity.
Mm-hmm.
And always look at the cup half full, not half empty. We know what's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
The problem, okay, we know what is the solution. This is where should be our concentration be on the solution, not on the problem. We understood what the problem is, which is a very important point in order creating the solution. But you should be a seeker of the solution, and you should be very strong and energetic in finding that solution. I'll give you my last 9-to-5 job, the DIFC, where I was a VP over there. As a VP, people will look at it as okay, he's got a nice office with a good view, good title. He walks like a, how could I say, a leader over there, and people will look at him and come and shake his hand. But it was the opposite of it. For me, I had to travel to so many countries, meet with companies, meet with organizations, governments, and everything, promoting DIFC. As a junior, being a senior person, I was acting as a junior, and this is where my success was coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of relying on the junior team, I was part of the team.
I like that. You're really hands-on. And I mean, you also have very big success stories here also to tell. We could talk on and on. For example, coming together, also Israel and United Arab Emirates. You also worked on this project very intensively. And I remember you telling me the success.
The success that we have seen today where United Arab Emirates, what we see on the world scene, negativity is there. Unfortunately, there are wars, there are bad things are happening to nations whom our hearts are bleeding for them. If we see the practice of United Arab Emirates, how do they play the middleman in fixing things instead of taking one side of the...
And judging
the companies.
But that's so interesting. How can you do this so well? You know, because you look at this country, everybody invested here. Americans, people from Iran, people from Saudi Arabia, people like, I could go on and on and on. So the whole world is happy to come to Dubai, in my understanding, and also all over the world already invested here. How can you be so neutral?
Well, let's go for the little bit for 20, 30 years ago. people, when they hear the name Switzerland, they will say a neutral country.
True.
But today is no more.
Mhm.
United Arab Emirates saw the success of that one. It was the center of financial banks of the world. Still, we can see the oldest banks from there, like
Yes.
Julius Baer.
True.
We can see that. Why?
We're
Because
now
they
at
were,
the DIFC, yes.
yeah, they were successful. But today, look at them. United Arab Emirates learns from the other experiences and makes it better, and creates on top of that new ways to be that one. Today we see the West and Russia are two enemies, but United Arab Emirates is successful in being partners with both, being friends with both. We have seen the multiple visits of His Highness Mohammed bin Zayed to Russia, and at the same time we have seen him visiting the West also. So he's trying, he's meditating, he's a middleman to fix this issue and bringing the both sides to sit on a table to fix things. How many, if we take POWs, have been released from both sides, from Ukraine and Russia? If we take a look at the community of United Arab Emirates, there's something, this is actually, I pride myself on it because I'm part of this community. How many places in the world could you see a Hindu temple and a mosque with a distance of 4 meters
And a church in the middle, yes.
and a church in the middle?
Also, yeah, true, so true, yeah.
Which is a very difficult thing. Tolerance is important.
Tolerance for sure.
Tolerance. That's why we have His Highness Sheikh Nahyan bin Mubarak, the Minister of Tolerance, a very experienced person, a very knowledgeable, educated person who leads this ministry. Leading by example is also one of the most important things in any community. If I can name some of our leaders over here, His Highness Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid, our Crown Prince of Dubai. The second his name comes up, the Prince of Youth, sports person, all positive, like horse rider, a supporter for all of the businesses, youth and everything. If we bring the name of His Highness Sheikh Maktoum, Minister of Finance, a successful entrepreneur, finance person, law person, educated person, like that. If we come to His Highness Mohammed bin Rashid, a city builder, a visionary, a future builder. If we take a look at our president, His Highness Mohammed bin Zayed, a highly educated person, a leader, community builder, not just for United Arab Emirates, even outside of United Arab Emirates.
Yeah.
If we take a look at His Highness Sheikh Sultan, Dr. Sheikh Sultan, an educated person. The second his name comes out, education is related to his name. Universities, the quality of establishments that he oversees, how good they are.
I had the pleasure to meet him many times. Very impressive. Yeah, you're right.
This is where the leadership is important, to lead by example. They live like us. The past few days, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid has gone to the market. He has taken a look at it. And he saw there is a necessity to expand the port. Immediately, he orders over there, do it that way. This is a big lesson for all the CEOs.
For sure. You're right. Yeah, it is definitely big lessons. I remember I was eating at one of the restaurants with my friend, and he said, "Michael, behind you is His Highness Sheikh Mohammed." And I said, "Come on, stop making so jokes." And I was just like, continue talking. He said, "No, really?" I said, "Okay, come, whatever. I'm not turning around. I know." And then later I had to go to the washroom. I turned around, I accidentally hit my chair against His Highness. I was quite interested. So it's really also being close. Another question I would have very quick is, I was trying some months ago to San Francisco because, of course, as a tech entrepreneur, I love the Valley. I have also businesses there, and we have partners there. And I was even thinking to moving over there a while ago. But then I came back, and my wife said, "Michael, what do you think? Are we now moving to Silicon Valley and San Francisco?" I said, "No." She said, "Why?" I said, "Look, when I have to go out, I was thinking, what kind of watch can I now really wear? Is my wallet secure? Is it safe now to go to this direction?" Why is UAE and Dubai so safe?
It goes back to our Khalifa Umar. He says, if you rule you just between the people, you be safe and you can sleep safely. Being, how can I say, a country that respects the law, irrespective of your nationality,
Yes.
and treats you the same without looking to your background, Muslim, Christian, Hindu, Jewish, white, black, red, whatever color is your, which country you're coming from, and treating everybody the same. This is where it comes to it. Today, if you take a look at the security establishments, police, some countries, without naming them, the second you bring the name, corruption. Why corruption? Because of its security. When you say Dubai police, Abu Dhabi police, oh, our friends. You don't say security, you say
So
our
true.
friends.
Yeah.
This is where the people look.
And you
It's a-
can actually
yeah.
meet them at the Dubai Mall, and sometimes they have also very nice cars, Lamborghinis or something. You can do pictures with them.
Simple
I think it's
things where we
interesting.
have seen on
Yeah.
social media, or we
Yes,
had the personal
correct.
experience. Let's say you have a flat tire on the road. The first person that will stop and help you change your tire is them.
Yeah, no, true. It's really your friend and
Yeah.
helper.
This
Good-
is where
good point.
it has become, because you have removed that fear from the community.
Yeah.
Of,
To
can
interfere.
I go and
Yes.
complain because there's an unjust happened to me?
Yeah.
Or
Super.
I can be brave to go there.
Yeah.
This is where
Yeah, I think it's
the
so interesting, and I
security's
think
coming.
that's also lots of lessons for us CEOs. Last, at the end, very quick. What about the future? Because you develop and you talk directly to the government, to the leaders here. What do we see in the future? Because we saw such a exponential growth, as I said, in the last centuries. Especially now you being born here, and what do we expect for the future? Is it now gone, the development?
No. See, the biggest lesson I learned when I was working with the governmental establishments is there is no plus. It's zero or minus.
Right.
So whatever you do, that is what is expected. Even
Yes.
if it's more than what we have asked you,
Right.
it was expected from you. So what you're bringing on the table, this is where the success is going to be coming. Our leadership are not content with all of the success that we have. They say, okay, we have this now. What about the next success? What's the next success story? Let's talk about the next one. Let's talk about the after one.
After the expo, now it's 2031, the vision. You also taught me about it. Yeah.
See, it's a simple combination. We have started something. We see the success. Even before we reach this, what we have started, the successful phase of this one, let's start the next successful project, which once we reach over there, we've got the other one that we are working on it.
A good learning to set new
Yes,
goals.
of course.
And absolutely, yeah.
Build up the goals, innovate them, make them better, make them bigger, make them more visionary.
Yes.
At the same time, not forgetting where we came from. Today,
So-
everybody looks at Emiratis,
Yeah.
okay? We are a desert people. When you say United Arab Emirates, Emirate people, the biased people who do not know which country is this,
Right.
what is this, they would say, oil and camels. But look at us. Today, we are very highly educated, very successful entrepreneurs, international, not just locally, internationally. Our names, our products, every day we learn about one of the UAE grown company has opened a branch in somewhere else in the
Right.
a
It's
grand
really
opening
spreading
that is
all
happening,
around the
spreading
globe,
over
yes.
there. But at the same time, we are wearing the same kandora and the ghudra. As our late founding father, Sheikh Zayed said, whom do not have a past do not have a future. We will always have a future when we do not forget our past, because our past is our motivation to have a better future, to make it better for our children, to make bigger opportunities for them. The world grows. The world becomes better. It's a simple thing.
I'm excited for the future. I remember us meeting for coffee, and at this time you came to me and said, "Oh, I just had the chance to meet His Highness," and he spoke with you by your name, and you said, "Oh, he really knows you," and that gave me as a CEO also how important it is to really know all your.
I was so
all your,
honored and
yes.
proud of that my work and achievement have been seen.
Nice.
And His Highness actually taught me an important lesson, that you should know who are there and who are. The West, they call it the unknown soldier. But His Highness has a different meaning or understanding for it, or a treatment for it. He sees everything. He evaluates everything himself. That's why he has the mystery shoppers, and he brought the culture of mystery shopping to the establishments. He brought the acceptance, the tolerance, way that he treats the people, where the organizations has adapted that one. The multicultural understanding inside the working atmosphere, where most of the establishments now, they are diversifying. And if we take a look at, let's say, the gender equality, where that it's coming, let's be fair. UAE has beaten that. Because right now we can take a look at it's plus 50% females who are a working sector than the men.
Yeah. I'm super excited what the future will bring, especially once you told me, when I said, okay, is this now all the plan is now rolled out? And you said, Michael, it's just as a beginning. So I'm super excited. Mr. Khalifa, thank you so much for the
Thank you
talk
for having
today.
me.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Before you go, a quick note to all the entrepreneurial listeners out there. If you're looking for a reliable and efficient way to scale your online business and payments, I highly recommend checking out Copecard.com. It's designed to streamline your processes from payment processing to customer management, all in one platform. Whether you're just starting out or you're looking to scale up, Copecard provides the tools you need to succeed. Visit Copecard.com today and see how it can transform your business operations. Dive in and start optimizing your sales processes now.